In this video, we will be doing the last 10 MCQs of October-November 2021, variant 1-1. Question number 31, different metals react with the metal in different ways. We need to understand that the reactive metals, the ones which are on the top of the reactivity series, they react with the cold water. And when they react with the cold water, they will be forming the metal hydroxide. They are going to form hydroxide, and along with the hydroxide, they liberate hydrogen gas. Then magnesium is a metal above. These are the metals which are above magnesium, right? Starting from potassium. And the magnesium is a metal which react with the cold water, forming hydroxide, and it reacts with the steam. And when it reacts with the steam, it will be giving you the oxide. Fine. And the ones which are below hydrogen, they are close to the hydrogen, like lead, tin. They're practically, their reactivity is more or less same like hydrogen, so they do not react. And the ones which are below hydrogen, they will not react with the water. Okay, so understanding this particular concept, let's proceed with the question. Different metal react with water in different ways. Which statement is correct? Calcium does not react with the cold water. As I said कि magnesium and above, तो calcium भी यहाँ पर आता है, तो calcium will react with the cold water. So this statement is wrong. Coming to question number, the part B. Iron reacts slowly with steam. Iron is below magnesium, so iron will react with steam, producing oxide of iron and hydrogen. Yes, when they react with the steam, they will be producing oxide, and they will be producing along with that hydrogen. So according to this particular understanding, the B is going to be correct. Magnesium react with steam to produce magnesium. Now remember, with steam they produce oxide. With steam they produce oxide, and with the cold water they produce hydroxide. So this is a mismatch. With the steam they will be producing oxide. Okay, so this, because of this wrong information, this statement is wrong. Sodium react with the cold water to form sodium oxide. It's not sodium oxide, it's going to be sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. This is again a wrong information. So for question number 31, B is going to be the correct answer. Question number 32. Metal X is more reactive than zinc but less reactive than sodium. That means this metal X is lying between zinc and sodium. Okay, so this is X is between sodium and zinc. What would be the best method of obtaining metal X from its ore? That means they're talking about extraction. Okay, they're talking about the extraction. We know that from the first few elements, from potassium till aluminium, they are extracted by a strong redox process, which is basically electrolysis. And then below aluminium till copper, they are extracted by the reducing agent. And below that, below copper, the metals, they're extracted from the ores just by heating them. So they are thermally, their ores are heated and they will get the metal out of them. So they're asking that how the X, which is lying here, which is somewhere between metal sodium and metal zinc, they're asking that how will that be extracted. So option A says that electrolysis of aqueous solution of salt X. Aqueous solution of salt X का मतलब है X ion भी होगा और साथ में उसका rival ion hydrogen भी होगा. ठीक है, तो hydrogen is somewhere here and X is somewhere here, right? So अगर हाइड्रोजन आयन है तो डेफिनेटली इट विल बी डिस्चार्ज. आपका मेटल आयन कैटायन डिस्चार्ज नहीं होगा, प्रेफरेंशियल, और हाइड्रोजन आयन डिस्चार्ज होकर हाइड्रोजन गैस देगा. तो इस तरह से वो आप उसको एक्सट्रैक्ट नहीं कर सकते फ्रॉम एन एक्वस सॉल्यूशन. जब भी आपको एक्सट्रैक्ट करना है, देन यू हैव टू हैव द मोल्टन form of its ore, then only we can extract the metal from it. Okay, otherwise the hydrogen is a rival ion which will be preferentially discharged because it can accept the electron more easily than any other ion which is above hydrogen. Now electrolysis of molten, yes, now when you talk about the molten, then it does not have any rival ion like hydrogen. तो molten oxide अगर है तो उसके अंदर एक ही cation है जो कि X positive, तो automatically ये X positive is going to acquire an electron and it will be discharged at the electron. So B can be the possibility. Absolutely correct. Heating the oxide of X in hydrogen, तो मैंने जब आपसे कहा कि यहाँ से नीचे वाले जो है वो reducing agent से आप उनको extract कर सकते हैं, but X belongs to this particular category, so it cannot be extracted by the reducing agent. That's wrong. Heating the X with the powdered carbon, the carbon is again a reducing agent, hydrogen is again a reducing agent. So जैसे आपका option C incorrect है, इसी तरह से आपका option D भी incorrect होगा. तो answer to the question number 32 is going to be your option B. Question number 33. Steel is often galvanized. Galvanized means it's being coated with zinc, right? और iron के अंदर, steel के अंदर क्या होता है? Basic element होता है iron. Now, before we move on to the galvanized part, the process of galvanization, we need to understand कि rusting को आप rusting से किसी भी iron को या steel को prevent करने के लिए you perform certain processes, जिसमें से एक process होता है जिसे कहते हैं आप sacrificial protection. Sacrificial protection में हम क्या करते हैं? What do we do in this? कि हम किस जो भी आयरन का ऑब्जेक्ट है, जो भी स्टील का ऑब्जेक्ट है, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इफ व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द हल ऑफ अ शिप which is made up of iron, right? तो हम क्या करते हैं? What do we do कि यहाँ पर नीचे एक पूरी बार either of magnesium और हम जिंक की एक बार लगा देते हैं. मोर रिएक्टिव आयरन अगर यहाँ पर है, इफ द आयरन द रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज इज हियर, देन आइदर ऑफ जिंक और मैग्नीशियम. एल्यूमिनियम हम इसलिए नहीं लगाते बिकॉज एल्यूमिनियम ऑटोमेटिकली बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स कोटिंग ऑफ एल्यूमिनियम ऑक्साइड वो वैसे ही जो है वो जो है अनरिएक्टिव मेटल होता है. ठीक है, तो या तो मैग्नीशियम की या जिंक की हम उसके ऊपर साथ में स्ट्रिप लगा देते हैं, जिसकी वजह से any whatever whichever the reactive metal we are placing a strip of, that is going to sacrifice itself because it's being more reactive. वो बहुत जल्दी जो है वो ऑक्सीडाइज हो जाएगा और वो इस तरह से आपके लेस रिएक्टिव आयरन या स्टील को सेव कर सकता है. इसी तरह से आपके एक तो ये यहाँ पर हम देखते हैं या फिर अंडरग्राउंड पाइप्स के साथ यहाँ पर ब्लॉक्स ऑफ मैग्नीशियम लगा दिया जाता है या ब्लॉक ऑफ जिंक लगाया जाता है, जिसकी वजह से जो अंडरग्राउंड पाइप्स होते हैं वो रस्ट फ्री रहते हैं. सिमिलरली आपके जो रेलवे ट्रैक्स हैं, रेलवे ट्रैक्स के अंदर जो बोल्ट्स होते हैं, ठीक है, वो जिंक या मैग्नीशियम के लगा दिए जाते हैं, जिसकी वजह से पूरा track which is made up of iron can be prevented from rust. So this is basically known as sacrificial protection. It's a method of preventing any object from rusting. So the more reactive metal they sacrifice themselves in order to prevent the iron or steel from rusting. Now, this was a explanation before I start with the numerical, the MCQ. Steel is often galvanized. So steel has basic element iron in it. Which statement about galvanizing are correct? Galvanizing makes steel alloy. So galvanizing we basically use not for making the alloy, just to protect the iron which is a part of the steel alloy. So I think the part for this one is not going to be the correct. Galvanizing provides a sacrificial protection against rusting. As I explained here, it is definitely a method to prevent rusting. Yes, this is correct. Galvanizing coats a layer of zinc in onto steel. Yes, हम galvanizing के अंदर एक strip भी लगा सकते हैं, उसको coat भी कर सकते हैं, हम bolts भी लगा. Galvanizing is basically a coating कोई भी object. तो sacrificial protection में हम ये सारे चीजें भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन गैल्वेनाइजिंग में हम क्या करते हैं, जो आपके जो आयरन के स्टील के जो कैन्स होते हैं, जो फूड कैन्स होते हैं, उनको हम डिप करते हैं और वी थ्रू इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग हम उनके ऊपर जिंक की एक कोटिंग करते हैं, ताकि जब तक वो कोटिंग इंटैक्ट है तब तक आपका इनसाइड जो आयरन है वो एक्सपोज नहीं होता और उसकी रस्टिंग जो है हम प्रिवेंट कर सकते हैं. सो ऑप्शन 2 and 3 is correct. So because option 2 and 3 is correct, that's why the option C for question number 33 is correct answer. Moving to question number 34. In the extraction of aluminium from aluminium oxide, the following three reactions take place. So aluminium ions, they they combine with electron to form aluminium. Yes, correct. But this particular reaction take place at the cathode and the extraction of aluminium take place. Now, oxide ions, they lose electrons to form oxygen. This is a reaction which take place at the anode, and there is a side reaction which take place at the anode again, कि जो भी liberated oxygen है, क्योंकि anode जो है they are made up of basically carbon, ठीक है, वो कार्बन के बने होते हैं, तो एनोड वहां पर जो लिबरेटेड ऑक्सीजन है वो आपके कार्बन के साथ कंबाइन करके दे कंबाइन टुगेदर टू फॉर्म कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, एंड दिस रिएक्शन इज बेसिकली योर एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन। और ये एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन जो है, ये हीट जो लिबरेट करता है वो हमें हेल्प आउट करती है इन द होल प्रोसेस ऑफ एल्यूमिनियम एक्सट्रैक्शन। तो आपका ये आगे क्या पूछ रहे हैं, विच रिएक्शन टेक प्लेस एट द पॉजिटिव इलेक्ट्रोड, पॉजिटिव इलेक्ट्रोड की तरफ आपके एनाइंस जाते हैं, सो पॉजिटिव इलेक्ट्रोड विल बी बेसिकली और एनोड। तो एनोड पे आपके सेकंड एंड थर्ड रिएक्शंस होंगे, ठीक है, एक तो आपका ऑक्सीजन गैस विल बी लिबरेटेड एंड एनोड इज मेड अप ऑफ कार्बन, सो देयर इज अ साइड रिएक्शन व्हिच विल बी टेकिंग प्लेस। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेकंड एंड करेक्ट ऑप्शन, आवर ऑप्शन डी विल बी करेक्ट फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 34. Moving to question number 35, the carbon cycle regulates the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, combustion, photosynthesis, and respiration. Combustion, it liberates carbon dioxide. Photosynthesis is consume carbon dioxide. Respiration, it again, what we respire or plants respire, it releases carbon dioxide. So combustion, basically, when we read the question, how do these processes affect the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? So question number 35 का जो answer होगा, the combustion is increasing the percentage of carbon dioxide because the carbon dioxide is released. Photosynthesis is consuming, so that's decreasing the percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and the respiration again is releasing carbon dioxide, so increasing the percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So question number 35 will be option B. Now 36 till 40, we have questions related to organic chemistry. The first question, 36, is which statement about alkane is correct? Alkane, they are basically the hydrocarbons with the general formula CnH2n plus 2. And the alkene is another hydrocarbon जिनका general formula होता है CnH2n. और यहाँ पर कार्बन एंड हाइड्रोजन रेशियो जो होता है वो 1:2 होता है, ठीक है। एंड alkanes जो होते हैं, they have only carbon carbon single bond, and alkenes, they have carbon carbon double bond, so they are considered as unsaturated hydrocarbons. And opposite to this are alkanes, they are considered as saturated hydrocarbons. They're considered as saturated hydrocarbons because they have the carbon carbon single bond. Now, knowing this fact, let's proceed with the options. Alkanes are described as being saturated because they are insoluble in water. Absolutely no. They're called saturated because they have carbon carbon single bond. Alkanes react with the chlorine due to addition reaction. No, here they are saturated. So इनका अगर एक हाइड्रोजन अगर रिप्लेस होना है, अगर यहाँ पर क्लोरीन ऐड होनी है, तो एक हाइड्रोजन सब्स्टिट्यूट होगा और क्लोरीन ऐड होगा। तो यहाँ पर they will be combining with chlorine because of substitution reaction. Okay, so B is again incorrect. The alkane contains 10 carbons in each molecule, has a higher viscosity than the alkane containing. तो अब आप बताइए कि अगर C10H22 और C20H42, ठीक है, किसका MR ज्यादा है? डेफिनेटली जिसका MR ज्यादा होगा उसी की विस्कोसिटी जो है वो मोर होगी, ठीक है, वो ज्यादा विस्कस होगा और उसकी विस्कोसिटी थिकनेस डेंसिटी वाइज it is going to be more. So C is again incorrect. The formula of an alkane with the 35 carbon atom is going to be 35 because यहाँ पर क्या है, 2 times multiply करके 2 add करेंगे, तो C35 अगर है तो hydrogen will be 2 times 35, 70, 70 plus 2 will be 72. Yes, this is going to be the formula for the carbon, for the hydrocarbon with 35 carbon atoms. So for the option 36, we have the correct answer, that's D. Coming to question number 37, this is again another organic compound, but we need to understand this has a double bond here. So this is an alkene and it has a branch also. It has a branch. So this is a branched alkene. ठीक है, it's a branched alkene. ये आपका root है और इसके अंदर second carbon पे आपकी ये branch attached है. Okay, so let's move ahead. Four statements are made about the compound X. X burn in air to form carbon dioxide and water. So X, yes, तो जितने भी organic compounds होते हैं, whenever we have an organic compound, when they combine with oxygen, they are going to give you carbon dioxide and water if you have sufficient amount of oxygen burning with them. अगर इनका complete combustion हो रहा है, अगर complete combustion होगा तो they will be giving carbon dioxide and steam. और अगर incomplete combustion होगा, अगर आप इनका incomplete combustion होगा तो they will be giving you carbon monoxide and they'll be giving you steam. So they burns in air to form carbon dioxide and water. Okay, we can agree with this. X turns bromine water from colorless to brown. This has a double bond. So this will be reacting with bromine, which is reddish brown in color. So it's not originally colorless. It's basically, it's the other way around. You will be writing it down. It will be turning reddish brown, or we can accept over here brown also, from reddish brown or brown to colorless, not the colorless to brown. Because of this, the statement goes wrong. X is a propene. You think X is a propene? This is a propene, but this is a branched propene, as I told you. Okay, so X is a branched propene. So I think 3 is going to be wrong. The number of carbon-carbon single bond is increased by reacting X with hydrogen. Agreed? Because अगर मैं यहाँ पर जो है डबल बॉन्ड के आइदर साइड पे, ठीक है, अगर मैं इसको हाइड्रोजन से रिएक्ट कराऊं, तो एक हाइड्रोजन यहाँ, तो एक हाइड्रोजन यहाँ, तो ये सिंगल बॉन्ड बन जाएगा. So the number of carbon-carbon single bond will be increasing. So 1 and 4 are correct. So for question number 37, the correct option is B. Moving on to question number 38, when ethene react with the steam to form ethanol, which type of reaction take place? So we need to understand that whenever the characteristic reaction of an alkenes is basically your addition reaction. ठीक है, so the addition reaction होता है किसके साथ? Addition with hydrogen, addition with water, addition with halogens. So their characteristic reaction is basically addition. So here we have the answer A, 38A. Coming to the next part, we have 39. Which compound could be flavoring a non-alcoholic fruit drink? So for flavoring, we need to understand ester has got a fruity smell, and ester is used for flavoring the food stuff. So what is an ester? The ester is an homologous series where you have COO in between the two alkyl group. This is one alkyl group and this is another alkyl group. So between the two alkyl group, you have C double bond O. So let's look for a compound which has a C double bond O in between. This has hydroxyl group. This has hydroxyl group. This has carboxylic group. Yes, C option has got ester in it. So answer to 39 is going to be C. Coming to part 40, P is a polymer that has 6 carbon atoms in each of the monomer. So polymers are made up of numerous monomers connected together. They can be addition polymer, it can be an addition polymer, or it can be a condensation polymer. अगर condensation polymer है तो आपका simple molecule water eliminate होता है और फिर आपका polymer बनता है. और अगर आपका addition polymer है तो आपका कार्बन कार्बन डबल बॉन्ड ट्रांसफॉर्म होता है इनटू कार्बन सिंगल बॉन्ड और फिर आपका एडिशन पॉलीमर बनता है. ठीक है, नाउ व्हाट आर दे आस्किंग अस? दे हैव गिवन अ इंफॉर्मेशन दैट P is a polymer, it has 6 carbon atom in each of the monomer from which it is being formed. It is not a polyester, right? So इसमें ester linkage नहीं है, it does not have an ester linkage, that means COO आपको कहीं नजर नहीं आएगा, ठीक है? It is formed using a condensation polymers, तो आपकी polymers जो हैं, if you talk about condensation polymer, if you talk about condensation polymer, then we have two categories, the number one which have an ester linkage, and the number two which have amide linkage. Amide linkage is basically C double bond O NNH. So we have to look for a condensation polymer. They have already said it is a condensation polymer which does not have an ester linkage. So we will be looking for a condensation polymer with the amide linkage. So that means here we have an ester linkage. So that means it's out of question. And this is an addition polymer, क्योंकि यहाँ पर ये देखिए ये मोनोमर्स जो हैं ये सेम टाइप के मोनोमर्स हैं. दिस इज बेसिकली ये मोनोमर है, ठीक है? तो ये कंडेंसेशन पॉलीमर्स नहीं है, ठीक है? नाउ वी हैव टू लुक फॉर, दैट मींस आपके पास या तो ऑप्शन बी है या आपके पास ऑप्शन सी है. नाउ ऑप्शन बी एंड ऑप्शन सी के अंदर हमें सिर्फ ये देखना है कि कार्बन जो मोनोमर जो पॉलीमर जो है क्या वो 6 कार्बन एटम्स हैं. तो लेट्स सी हियर. देखिए यहाँ पर व्हेन यू विल बी डिस्कनेक्टिंग, ये एक पॉलीमर होगा, ये दूसरा पॉलीमर, ये एक मोनोमर होगा, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अनदर मोनोमर. तो वी हैव हाउ मेनी कार्बन हियर? C2 multiplied by 6. yes, this has 6 कार्बन मोनोमर इन इट, ठीक है? और इसके अंदर भी देखें आप 2 COH, तो दिस हैज गॉट 4 कार्बन प्लस 1 and 2. This again has got 6 carbon. So according to this we have answer C. और अगर आप इसको देखें तो इसको डिस्कनेक्ट करने पर तो इसके अंदर 6 कार्बन तो हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पर भी आप इसको देखें तो इसके अंदर 6 तो ऑलरेडी है और प्लस 2 ये है, तो दिस हैज गॉट बेसिकली 8 कार्बन एंड दिस हैज गॉट 6 कार्बन. तो यहाँ पर ये मिसमैच है. इट शुड हैव बोथ द मोनोमर्स शुड हैव 6 ईच, तो जिसकी वजह से बी इज अ रॉन्ग ऑप्शन. हियर बोथ द मोनोमर्स हैज गॉट 6 कार्बन, सो सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर.